Now I'm going to be checking every nook and cranny for any resources whatsoever, because that's what you got to do in this game. I'm also going to be having a guide on my phone so that I try not to miss any of the upgrades, because we're going to have a much better time if I can find all the weapon upgrades as we go. They're in very specific locations. It's always a bad sign when you're playing a game on a hard mode and you recognize a location. Yeah, this camp, I tell you. You can use the steel to grab ammunition from afar if need be, which is a kind of a cool use of it. You can also use it to grab weapons, I believe. Oh, there's a spawn trigger here. There it is. This shotgun sucks. Give me that. You can shoot grenades mid-flight or on the ground to detonate them early. There's some nice features in this game for what is otherwise kind of a slapdash third-person shooter with one unique selling point. Quad damage throws. The power throw. Come on, let's get that timing. There we are. You can also time it without the reticle. You just kind of... I think it's a little more generous when you're not aiming, weirdly enough. Alright, gotta check the camp for supplies. Gotta check for goodies. I know it wants me to use the power throw to unlock the gate up there, but we have got to make sure ammo caches and stray rubles. We're going to miss some, that's just gonna be a fact. There we go.
Oh God, they're everywhere! We need backup! Group D, fall back to report. We've got a foothold here. They're coming out of the walls! Group D, repeat, you need to fall back to the port. Deploy your Enperon and retreat. I think it bit me. Everyone's dead. They're just watching me. Shit. Oh, my head is pounding. Oh, why aren't they attacking me? I am so cold. Group D, what is your situation? My skin, it's on fire. No, it's happening.
Well, that's fun. A bit of a freebie weapon upgrade, but that's always right there. Next one is gonna be okay. So we got 3 upgrades now. Can't use them yet, but well, we'll get to that. It's honestly part of why the original Let's Play failed, was because my thoughts on that whole system just kind of spilled over. And here we go. Oh, no, no, no. Well, right, grenades roll in this game. Where a grenade lands after the throw is not necessarily where it stays. Nope, not quite there. Just trying to go for headshots here. We do have grenades of our own, but it's so easy to forget that you have them. Uh-oh. The angles are very weird here. Oh, that's a machine gun nest, right? Don't want to be in direct fire of that.
Cut power to the elevators!
Nice glaive headshot there. I'll do. Oh, that's a gas grenade. Yep. Gotta get out of there. Don't quite have all the tools I want to really get over that, but thankfully this is solid material to be covering behind. Thank goodness. Hello, friend. And there we go. Now we do the traditional walk around and loot everything that's not nailed down. But generally, you want to look in every nook and cranny, but there's generally only going to be a few, like 1 or 2 drops per zone, if anything. For the amount of space that they carve out for these combat encounters, there's not a whole lot of like spots for goodies and secrets that you would intuitively expect. But, you know, it was 2008. That was still a science we were learning about. You're gonna hear me be very charitable to this game, even though I have lots of criticisms, and I don't think it's like, for as much as it commands sort of a status and a presence in the Warframe community, I don't think it's actually like a cult classic. Didn't like that sound. Let's see. Somewhere around here there should be.
Group D, what is your situation?
There we go. That's the one I wanted. Ah. So this is where we discover that we can grab elements. It sure is. We can just steal lightning. Technically part of the steel power, but a very different and unique part of it. Hi. Does anyone else want some? I see that you do. Oh, I'm in trouble. We are not swimming in crowd tools yet. Power throws your friend here. And little else is. Oh, I forgot how much I truly despise zombie games. Well, that letter's no good. I was probably supposed to be using that electricity for extra damage boosting and crowd control, but ah well. It's a limited time offer, so you gotta... Sometimes there's puzzles around using it quick on the thing for progress. Ah. Bodes well. Sometimes these lights count as, whoopsie. Electricity sources is what I was going to say. And of course, electricity conducts with water to make... To heck with it. You just dodged that? Really? That was my one shot of electricity, and I don't get any more, huh? It's As you can tell, it's been a number of years since I played this game last. While I know all the principles behind it, the specifics of some of the encounters are going to surprise me. Rather, you didn't. A door opens. Headshots are also pretty good on these guys. And sometimes you can hit them on the return with the glaive. Do I have a flashlight? I do. I had a flashlight this whole time. I just fought in the dark because I'm built different. Okay. So there's definitely something hiding in this room. But where? Did my flashlight just turn off? Is there a battery limit? Okay. It's not in this room, it's past this room. Again, reading a guide because to heck with memorizing. Here it is. Boy, you hate to miss that. Multi-shot. Oh, love hearing another helicopter. Always means good things. Ah, here we go. Our last basic glaive power that makes it all kind of click together. The aftertouch.
This is a part of what you are.
Cool. So, the aftertouch. Maybe I'll just let it speak for itself. So yeah, you just get to control it for a bit. The depth of field is a little interesting on trying to tell where things are, but especially combining it with a power throw, oh boy. It also allows you to kind of get over the glaive's basic range penalty, or range limitation. You can kind of extend it if you time it right. It's pretty great. It's pretty great, I say, as I hear people screaming for mercy. So, like, in a situation where, like, the glaive is your only option, Aftertouch is what kind of makes the glaive versatile enough to be usable. You could probably pretty easily do a glaive only run of the entire game, and there'd be some parts that would stun you, but otherwise you'd be just fine. I'm not built like that. I like using a mix. Now, the turning radius on this thing is a little tricky.
I'm moving into position.
Oh, this would be a bad time to just die, huh?
Get some inferno out there. Please, someone!
Is that it? This game isn't really good on, like, sound cues for encounter completion or enemies stepping around. You might notice there's basically no, like, footstep sounds or anything for enemies walking around. No cues to the player know, you know, that to guide them to where enemies are moving and being placed. Ah, of course. Magazine capacity. And I think that's all the upgrades for Chapter 3. Again, want to be way on top of these upgrades because... oh boy. So we do have a puzzle here that requires us to be Aftertouch masters. Ooh, nice big payout there. Decent war chest to enter Chapter 4 with. So, nope. And there we go. Just to make sure you can get the basic principle of it. Use it, don't use it. We might end up using it less as the game goes on, but I think it's a very, like, key, especially for, like, you know, low ammo situations.
Lower your weapons, Onishka.
Yargo, you've got something for me?
I do. I have your updated orders from the AD. I have also arranged for you to acquire weapons and explosives.
No, thanks.
You don't want to take it, but you don't have choice. This will slow your infection. It'll buy you time.
Show me what you've got.
Your harbor explosion has released the infected Messner had captured. We believe Messner has planned to collect them, bring them into the open, so his Lesdrian thugs can capture them. He had Viktor Sudek repair old Soviet ULF transmitter. These transmitters were used in the 80s to draw in the infected, like moths to a flame.
Nadia.
Are you paying attention? This transmitter is hidden in an old bunker inside the Lesdrian catacombs. You will enter via church. You are to disrupt Messner's operation by destroying transmitter. Take the sat phone.
How am I going to destroy the transmitter?
Take this to the underground. They'll give you the explosives you need. Guns too, without the governors on them. if price is right. Right. Even as well drowns, rats will swim. I hope you won't find the sewers unpleasant.
So yeah, there's a lot of implications there. Basically, the key thing to know for this game's like backstory is that this is not the first technocyte infection plague that is hit Lazria. It is the second. And you get kind of a confirmation of that in Dark Sector Zero, the prequel comic. Also, the Lotus symbol is all over these projects. In 2004, and it's in a few places, including the title screen. In Dark Sector, it's a symbol of this secret society. And in Warframe, the Lotus is primarily the Lotus. It's the Tenno's all-seeing protector and guide. They really like to use the Lotus as a symbol of blooming in adversity, of, you know, strength amidst sorrow, all that sort of stuff. And on one hand, you can kind of look at that as being rather heavy-handed. But I think the fact that the Lotus symbol actually survived through all 3 games and all of the executive meddling, I think it actually kind of led some credence to the idea that the Lotus is this powerful symbol. That it does mean something here in this universe. Yeah, it's the Lotus symbol, still here, just kind of in the periphery. I find it very endearing that, like, despite all of the executive meddling, that you know, parts of the old Dark Sector concept and what would become Warframe did survive. Like, spiritually. Not, I don't think this game really connects to the Warframe, like, canon timeline at all. I just don't think that's how things have ended up. But, spiritually, there's something that was carried forward.